guys, Frisbee here. Thanks for joining me again. Okay, it's railroad time again. Now, this time we have made big advances. As you can see, we've got some curved track coming along here. Now, it's a bit of a jury rig thing, and it's like in 15-degree increments it goes round. But it works quite well, as you all can see. Plus, we're going uphill, downhill, all sorts of stuff. And we've got a twisty, bendy, sneaky train here as well. We're stuck with the flower pots for now because I quite like them and they're behaving really well on the tracks. So there we go. Right, so we're just testing this section. I'll throw it in and out of the bend a couple of times quite violently just to see if the bend holds up, because it's not all sunk into the ground or all that solid. But yeah, it seems to be okay. So what do you think of that? It's first, what, like 75 degrees there? You can go 90 degrees, you can go 180 degrees, there's no limit now. Right, let's build the other half of this slope. Now, the idea is that on one side, it's all connected back to the original block by sitting on those foundation girders that are lying on the ground. The rest of them are all separate and they're attached to spinners, bearings. And the reason I had to do it like that was to try and keep it all as one machine, because if you split it up, your frames per second starts to get hit. So what you do is you cast over from the good side when you're building the second rail, get your distances and your sizes and your angles all checked, and then you build that in, and then you build down and support it down onto that foundation, which is not connected to anything, which is absolutely solid. It's a single machine. Don't know if I explained that right, but if you look at it a few times, it'll start to make sense. I wish I could upload this. But anyway, I just showed you this short section there, and then you take away the cast over beam. I call it cast over, I don't know what you call it. It's just when you're taking a measurement from the other side or a datum. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to drop another one of these beams in here. See the slopes? And that is literally what happened. You can see the distance of how big this thing has become. But more of that later. First of all, we'll do this slope. Again, cast over. It's 7 blocks wide. That's so that my trains have got a centre to them. I hate building machines that don't have a centre block. You know, like if it's made of even number of blocks, I don't like that. So this one's made of 7, and I found that was quite good, 7 wide. Okay, so you cast over and put down a nice solid foundation for this beam, and then you stick a couple of blocks out in front of it. Once you, like say, you put 3 beams out, and then you support those 3 beams. You probably see what's coming. Plus the back of that beam's attached to a bearing, and it will stay attached the whole time. And on you go now, you just click out and just come back and go bang, 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 all the way. Keep going and going and going and going. And the thing, as you know, just like in Minecraft, just sits out there. And when you go back up the hill again, and you take away that support, it comes clanging down. It's very satisfying. It's very good. Minecraft didn't do that, I don't think. I don't remember it doing that anyway. So here we go. We'll just knock this out, and then we'll go back down and see how it gets on. Plunk. You see it just falling away there, and it's looking good. Now this is the second one. This is my second attempt at doing this particular arm, because the first one didn't work very well. I'll show you why. It's really comical actually. But we're just going to knock out that block there and let this drop onto its resting shoulder. But put a wee bit extra in. Never be too careful. There you go. It's in. But look, this is the one previously. When I dropped it, it was just out a little bit, so I thought I'll get the sledgehammer and I'll give it a tiny little tap and just nudge it into place. Yeah, that's what sledgehammer's for. Yeah, watch this. What do you think happens? Tiny little tap. Oh, whoa! It goes halfway across the map. Are you joking me? Look at the size of it as well. It's massive. Back to the drawing board. Had to start all over again. Anyway, so lesson learned. We'll be using that technique again. Okay, so here we go, we're back on it now. We take away our central cast over thing, and you can see we've now got clear track all the way up. We'll just jump up there and we'll have a look at what's to be done next. See, they've made quite a lot of advancements in the scrap mechanic railroad industry today. We'll just give it another little check out. It's really, really important if building big stuff I've discovered is to check it constantly, just throw it around that bend there. Because every now and again you'll come up against a problem, which means you need to go back about 6 or 7 steps. So I check it all the time. There you go. No problem there. Looking good. Goes up the hill okay. Hopes for the slope okay. Right, next put this little straight section in over the crest of the hill, and then we're going downhill again. There you go. I'll just speed this up ×2 because it's kind of boring just to watch that going in. And then we do the same thing here. We cast over from that side, our 7 blocks, then 1 for the girder. Then we build a good solid pillar for it that's parallel. Yeah, and then we do the exactly same thing again. We build out. Now this time there's nothing sitting waiting for it to fall onto, so we have to do that. So it's exactly what we want to do. Same technique again to go over the hill. Build it out, build it out, build it out, all the way. Now that's the point that we have to come. So we're going to make an X, a mark X for it to drop onto. And it's right there. That's where we want to commit. Bang, slap right there. Precision engineering at its best. Here we go. And then we just put in the lateral ones. Now we counter 7 blocks out from the other side. And then we put the girders in for the second rail. Or the second rail to rest on. 1 on either side. Get on with it, man. 1, 2, 2 on either side, sorry. And there you go. Whack that on there, and that's it. X marks the spot. Now this time I've filmed it so that you can actually see it dropping, because it's, I don't know, quite interesting. It's a big piece of kit. This is so like real engineering, it's unbelievable. Right, away up we go. This was great fun to build. This is just amazing. I'm glad I've sort of cracked the railroad thing for the time being. Click it and bang, down it comes. The way you see me screw this up now, it all went absolutely perfectly. It couldn't have gone better. Yeah, you just trim off the extra length. You always make it too long so that you're clipping it back into place. Too short's not good. There you go. Perfect. Look at that. Absolutely hit the mark. No problem. Start building the rest of the rail in. And just for good measure, I'll cut out the thing that's bloody supporting it. Look, I just cut out its own support. That's what I'm saying. You've got to test and check all the time. I got out of this one okay because I just put a lift under it. Lifted it back up. Boink, boink. And replace the support strut. There you go. Yeah, no problem. It's a great game. Especially when you can get out of fixes like that. You know, you've done all that work and then you screw it up. Anyway, time for another quick test. There we go. We're going to fast forward soon. I just wanted to show you some of these sections getting built. Maybe in the next video I will show you how to do the 15-degree changes, the curve. It's quite tricky, but it's not that bad. It took me a bit of time to figure it out, but once I got there, I was flying. I could put it down quite quickly. Oh, a little bit tight on that corner there. All these trains are experimental. They're not the final. That's what they're going to look like, but there we go. Let's go downhill. Sweet. Yeah, it's exciting stuff. It's like building a real railway. You get that feeling that you're actually in the world with this one. Okay. Back up again. I'm sure it was wrong just about now because I get my first major, get too cocky and I could derail. Yeah, anyway, like I said, the experimental machine is bound to go wrong from time to time. We'll be working on a proper train later on, maybe not in the next video, but the one after. Next video I'm going to concentrate on track controls, as you'll see in a wee minute, because we've already developed them quite a bit. I had a lot of suggestions in the last videos. Thanks everybody who did that, and thanks to all the new subscribers and to all my old subscribers. The subscriptions are going up and it's just like amazing to watch. It really is. It's incredible. So thanks to everybody, and especially for your comments and your support. It's just, I'm just blown away. It's just such a good feeling to be running this channel now. It's great. So there you can see we fast forwarded and we have extended it quite a bit, and we've put in an actual track switcher. And you can see we've got a different kind of bogie at the back of the train this time. This one, just quickly, is just operated by one switch, just like the last railway. You have to get out and go and switch it, but that's what we're going to do in the next video. We're going to solve that, as you will see. So you click it, and this is one of those awkward moments when you realise that your switching tracks are smaller than your train, and your train's not all that big, so you're going to have to rethink it. Like, it's just too big to go on. Long one. God damn it. Right, so I had to go back and sever that rear cart there and then just try it with the engine itself, just to make sure everything worked. Did right enough. Just do that. There we go. We've come back, Son's trailer, and we'll just leave it there. Pop off. Now in a minute I'll show you my new switching gear, or the experimental laboratory version of it, the Frankenrig. It's messy, but you'll sort of get the idea. I got the idea, someone pointed at me a video by Weemcast, and he had shown how using rotary blocks you could switch sensors on and off again. But you couldn't get it to complete a cycle. But using that way, you could actually shut doors automatically behind you. But I needed it to leave that switcher in place so that when I hit the sensor, it closes and stays closed, or it opens and stays opened. Right? So that was the problem I had to solve. But like I say, I used the Weemcast version. I'll put a link to that actually. It's a good video in this description. You can have a look at that. So there we go. That's working just grand. Okay, we're about to go fast forward again, and I spent a few hours, happy hours, building this new switching configuration, which I hadn't actually built it in yet. I've only built a tester. But we're about to just kind of throw it around here, just deliberately try and run it off the tracks. That's another thing, test things to destruction all the time. You know, especially rolling machines, rolling stock and stuff. You know, make sure it's not going to let you down later on. Okay, so here we are, much later on, a few hours. There's my new buggy for getting around, heavyweight, and you turn around and there's the most monstrous, heinous looking contraption now sitting in the middle of the track. And like I said, all it was an experimental laboratory trying out different methods of remotely activating. And this is the one I ended up with. I can put as many sensors on this as what I like, and what it does is rather than using controllers, I use a motor, an electric engine, and it just continually spins that. And you can use any of these sensors to activate it, so they can be at any point in the track. The construction zone sign is representing the actual switcher, and that's all there is to it. You're just using a big ass lump of wood to block the sensor, and this is the little arm that will activate or not activate the trackside sensors. As you will see, when I switch the engine on and jump in, just press a button and the little arm comes out and it'll activate a sensor or not activate a sensor. And that's it. Okay guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one, and we'll do a lot more work. We'll have this track switching built and we'll extend things a little bit, and who knows where it'll go. Catch you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.